Hey, you've got Adam from Outlier, and I'm going to talk through what we saw in week one of the NFL preseason. That's in the books, and a couple trends to look for in week two. So, first of all, elephant in the room, a lot of overs in week one after I said 37.5 seems to be that magic number. So, here's what happened. All the teams went in the second half and went nuts. Overs went 10, 5, and 1. So that 37.5 was not the winner for week one. Week two totals, however, last year, they were 8-8 last season to the over in week two. And week two is generally when you start to see a bunch of starters start to play more. It's a little bit more of a dress rehearsal. They usually play for that first half. Overs last year, week two, 4-8 on games where the total was 37.5 or more. And they were 4-0 to the, but they were 4-0 to the over when games had a total of 37 or lower. So it's something to keep in mind. So basically, if you see 37.5 and higher, that's actually leading towards the under for week two. If you want to follow me into this fire, you can. If not, it's preseason. Don't go too nuts anyway. I'm just telling you what some of the trends have said. But look, a lot of it would make sense. Look, in week one, we saw dogs going 9-7. But in week two last year, dogs were actually, it was a little bit more even. It was 7-7-2 in terms of covering the spread. Dogs that were short dogs, 3 points or less, they covered five. They were 5-3, 18.6% ROI. You're going to probably see in week two a lot of those favorites probably coming back down to earth and playing pretty good ball because, again, they're doing their dress rehearsal. But we did see in week one, we saw Justin Fields and DJ Moore looking good. We saw DeAndre Swift look good. Titans probably in trouble with their quarterbacks if something happens to Ryan Tannehill. But we'll see. It's still preseason. A lot to happen. But the key things I would say to take away is that week two, don't overreact to week one, especially because it's preseason. If you do see 37.5 or more, probably okay to bet the under because remember of how long these starters are playing, and 37 or lower, you could possibly bet the over. That's not the only sport though that's going on. I know that we still are thinking about baseball, at least I am. So big things that happened this weekend. The A's blew 2 games in the 9th inning, 2 straight times to the Nats. That's impressive, especially for someone like me who was on the A's in both games. So look, the lesson here, don't back the A's, especially in a full game. You can back them in the beginning because they've been scoring runs and they've been hitting, but that bullpen is just woof. So in terms of a play that I do like tonight, if this gets out in time, if it gets out, great. Look, I like Marcus Semien over 1.5 total bases at plus 105. Texas is going against they're going against the Angels. They're going against Sandoval, who's a lefty. Texas traditionally has done really well against lefties. They've cooled a little bit. They're in the middle. They're about 12th in batted balls in play, batting 311 over the last 30 days. But look, Marcus Semien's seen Patrick Sandoval before. He's slugging 833 and batting 333 against him. He's got 2 extra base hits already against him. He's hit his total base prop in 8 of the last 10 games. So he's in a rhythm right now. And Sandoval's extra base hit percentage is 3 points higher against righties. That's enough for me. Ship it, plus 105. That'll be your baseball play for this evening. And we'll be back later this week with more as we get into the more of the NFL preseason. We only got 3 weeks this year. Lots to cover. Hope you stay back. Like, subscribe, comment, do all the fun things, all the fun social media things for this.